guys, welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T, and I got an update video for you guys, and we talking about Bria Bryant from Love Island USA seasons 4, and we got a lot of critical comments that's coming behind what happened on the July 29th episode. And I wanted to talk about it and get your thoughts. But before we jump into this, just take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so you can get all updates. And don't forget to like and share. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about what's been going on. So as we are now going into episode 11, kind of working into week number 3, Love Island season 4 has not disappointed so far when it comes to all of the drama that we're watching. And whenever a new bombshell arrived, the Islanders want to get to know that person. And a similar thing happened with Bria in this past Friday's episode. So we had 2 more bombshells. 2 men, both Bryce and Jeff, arrived on the show that we saw on Friday's episode. And we all know Jeff went straight for Zeta, which of course left her former partner Timmy jealous. However, a lot of the fans was surprised to see that Bria, who is Timmy's current partner, admiring Jeff and calling him her type now, which there were a lot of viewers disappointed in her, as she was the one that put Zeta in the dumping zone after choosing Timmy during that whole recoupling round. And now she's leaning toward Jeff, who is deeply interested now in Zeta. Now, remember, Bria was one of the bombshells who arrived right before Jeff and Bryce, along with her sibling Chaz. Now, while Chaz broke up the whole Tyler and Serenity pairing, Bria came in between Timmy and Zeta. Bria and Zeta even had a spat later on for breaking up that whole coupling. Now, while there were quite a few fans who were rooting for both Bria and Timmy, they were also shocked after the former started showing interest now in Jeff. Now, she even told Timmy to his face that Jeff was even her type. And the fans had a response to Bria's movements in this past episode on Friday. Here it is. Damn, Bria, you already got one love triangle with Zeta and Tammy. You already trying to join another. Anyone clock how Bria keeps trying to get close to Jeff and ignores how she goes with Zeta. Bria is giving wannabe Zeta vibes. Bria's not making any sense. Jeff is your type, but you're not going for him. Then we have Bria is giving I want what Zeta got because first Timmy, now Jeff. So now Jeff is Bria's type. I'm sensing a pattern here. Then we also have Bria wants Jeff so bad. Oh my God. And then we also have, all right, Bria, you wanted Timmy so bad. Remember, don't just come around trying to get Jeff now. And then Bria refusing to switch spots to let Zeta sit by Jeff, even though it was suggested. So Bria wants everyone that wants Zeta, girl, go away. And then why Bria always wants Zeta's man and wonder why she won't be besties with you. So I guess the way it's presented, Bria seemed to have been part of love triangles that also involve Zeta. Now, both girls like Timmy and Jeff, but their intense feelings are still toward the former. Now, going back to Friday's episode, Timmy also likes both of them as he kissed Zeta and Bria on the same day. We also saw in Friday's episode showing Timmy and Zeta kissing and confessing that they miss each other. And that same night that he also shared an intimate moment with Bria. I mean, we even heard him having conversations with Isaiah where he said, Bria made it very clear to me that Jeff is her type on paper, but she is very adamant about me. And that kind of carried over, of course, in the bedroom. And he admitted that they kissed. We kind of made out a little bit. He even went on further to say, now that that's being said, like, this is a little swerve ball that was thrown. I see Zeta, bro. She's walking out of the bedroom. I'm walking towards the bedroom, and I like kissed her. We also heard Isaiah confirms Timmy's kiss with Zeta by asking whether it was just a little peck. And in response, Timmy was like, no, and it was like a DNA exchange. And, you know, Isaiah was like, wow. Later, he advised Timmy to be honest with both of them, which he should, and tell them how he feels. To this, he mentioned that he's not sure who he likes the most, Zeta or Bria. And we also heard Timmy earlier compare Zeta to a plant and why it was difficult for him to move from Zeta to Bria because of what he said in the beach hut. He was like, I have been watering this plant. I keep talking about photosynthesis, like I've been putting a lot of time and sunlight and nurturing and care and watering and all of that. Like, we have something, it's about to blossom, but I feel like I do owe it to myself to also get to know Bria. So, I mean, my perception of this is that I think this is where, you know, playing the game and looking at the process to try to sort through this whole circular dating experiment, who you're more compatible with, who you have more attraction with, who you have more chemistry with. And the problem with that is that it could cross over because you're stuck in couplings with people that initially you might like, but then somebody else come through that door and the term your head gets turned. Now, Bria only been there for probably the better of a day or so. And whereas, of course, Timmy and Zeta has been there from day one and has, of course, built a connection. Now, as much as, you know, Timmy is split between Zeta and Bria, the thing is being transparent with both of them. You know, because if you saying one thing to the other and not the other, and not being clear on both sides, this is where you're going to have a problem where you're being looked at as a player. On the flip side with Bria, I could kind of see where some of the fans may be coming from in regards to, okay, man, you know, as soon as this guy come in the door who's after Zeta, now you coming after that too. So it's almost like the way that it's being presented is that she's going after all of Zeta's guys that she's interested in. And I don't know if it's because they have similar interest with the specific guys that are coming in. Obviously, they're not interested in Felipe and Isaiah and Andy and any of those other guys that come in there. And even Jesse. Obviously, they have a type. And both Timmy and Jeff fits that type, I guess. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. You know, we do have the recoupling coming up tonight on July 30th, where the ladies will complete, because we already had people do their selections on Friday. But it left us with that cliffhanger of who Zeta was going to choose, whether that be Timmy or Jeff. And, you know, only time will tell to decide what Timmy's fate will be, because if Zeta ends up saying, you know what, I'm going to explore this thing with Jeff because of everything that happened with her and Timmy, that still leaves Timmy open to be stuck in that coupling with Bria. The question is, if that happens, will Bria now come to try to undermine and build a connection with Jeff? But it takes two to tango. Is Jeff interested in Bria? That's the other question. He seems all in with Zeta. But will he, you know, if Bria come and shoot her shot, will he give Bria a chance? Which makes this whole thing even that much worse. But we don't know if that's going to happen. It all depends on, you know, what Jeff decides to do. So, let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is just everybody playing the process of the game? Do you think Bria is, you know, targeting specifically only going after Zeta's interest, which, right now it's just those two. If another guy comes in and Bria does it again, then you start to see a pattern of things. But right now it's just between Timmy and Jeff. So we'll have to see. So let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. I wanted to know your thoughts. I like to do these update videos even during the season, after the season, with what's going on with cast members from the shows that I, review and recap. So until the next video, don't forget to take a second to make sure that, you're subscribed to this channel, and don't forget to like and share. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.